Hi, it's David Morey again, Creating Business Magic, how the power of magic can inspire, innovate, and revolutionize your business. Our new book with Eugene Berger and John McLaughlin with a foreword by David Copperfield. We're so excited about the book, and we're excited you're listening and we're talking about the book, and I'm briefing you on the different sections. We've walked through the first section, Imagine. We've just walked through the second section, Plot. We're now on the third and the final section called Empower, which is maybe my favorite word when it comes to magic, empower. The seventh chapter is called Grab the Dialogue. A little bit of this is stolen from my work in politics and in business. We've advised 19 winning global presidential campaigns. You may have heard that before. And advised some of the great CEOs in history. Every time we did it successfully, we were grabbing a hold of the dialogue. We begin the chapter, every chapter begins with magic, with the great Harry Blackstone Jr., inspired by his father's ability to make the handkerchief dance. His father did this effect as well, but Harry Blackstone Jr. did it a little differently. You'll find the tape of all this. Each of the vignettes is on tape, on YouTube. You'll get the chill down your spine by watching him do this in person. He grabs the dialogue of his audience. He defines the context, because Blackstone, you see it's an old sort of, kind of early color footage, so we're in the 70s somewhere, and Blackstone is making that lit light bulb with his beautiful wife kind of next to him, making it float, levitate, proving there's no threads. And then finally he says, he turns, and there's just a moment where this blew magician's minds in the day, where he says, oh, he pretends to talk to someone in the back of the theater, talking about grabbing the dolly. He says, oh, you want to see it? Well, here you go. And that light bulb floats right out over the audience. He says, you can see, but don't touch. And he goes out into the audience and he brings one or two ladies and they start playing with it, and it's floating and it's in their hand. And he turns and says, oh, you can't see all the way in the back? Here you go. And it goes all the way to the back. And it slowly travels back right through the hoop, the circle, to prove there's no threads, right into his hand, because the magician is always under control. We use this vignette to prove you can grab the dialogue. You talk about holding the dialogue. There are three working principles in the chapter. Take over the stage. That's what the great magicians do. That's what the great business leaders, the great leaders of anything, have to do. They have to take over the stage immediately. We have a concept that Eugene Berger and Jeff McBride sort of made crystal clear. Magic first. As soon as we start performing, we do something fast to bring in the magic right away, because we control the terms of debate. Because people decide about a performer or a CEO within now 5, 10, 6, 7, 8, 15 seconds. Some people think it's even less. They decide, who is this person? What story are they trying to tell me? Why should I care? Max Maven, the great, brilliant mind reader and mentalist, has come up with those three signposts. And those are really important ways to think about this. You've got to take over the stage, whether it's the stage of your marketplace or it's the stage of your magic. Number two, you've got to transfer that tingle down your spine that Blackstone Jr. created by transferring the concept, the great storytelling in magic, which Eugene Berger was brilliant at, which David Copperfield does in a fabulous story about his grandfather that you'll see when you come visit him at his MGM Theater in Las Vegas. You've got to transfer the concept, the empowerment, the idea of the magic to the audience. And finally, you've got to transcend, something that we're not doing enough of in the United States of America today. You've got to rise above the politics. You've got to rise above the hassles. You've got to rise above the mundane to inspire. That's what the great political leaders do. That's what the great business leaders do. So we're inspired in the book in this chapter, chapter 7, Grab the Dialogue. We go into Robert McKee's story seminar, because he goes through the movie Casablanca. We have scenes from the movie, and we sort of talk through how McKee teaches the power of story, because when we work with some of the great CEOs in history, we realize they need to tell a story. Why this company was founded, what it means, how it's different, special, and better. The better the story, the better the company. Story, in some ways, is strategy, and strategy is story. So we talk through this chapter how to break through the fourth wall, in effect, with your customer, just like a great magician does with the audience, like Blackstone Jr. did. How to script, how to study what's working and keep making sure it happens again and again, and using a concept that Juan Tamariz, the brilliant Spanish magician, uses, and other great magicians. We edit the memory. We actually, in magic, there's a performance when it happens, as people experience it, right away as they talk about what happened, and 2 weeks later as they review what happened. Tamariz doesn't just blow their minds on stage one. He's all the way over here editing the memory of what they just saw. These are the powerful aspects that we walk through in the book in terms of grabbing the dialogue. We wish you good luck in that.